Howdy peeps and peoples, I hope everybody's having a wonderful day. What we're doing here is we're cutting around this house. We're leading up to this house on a wonderful landowner we're working on. And I thought I'd start sharing some of the species with y'all. So what I'm getting ready to start cutting here is a veneer tree. It's marked for veneer. And this is going to be a white oak. And I'll start sharing you all pictures of the leaf identification and the bark identification on some of these trees. It's my little way of trying to be helpful and useful. So I hope I'm going to try this on. Let me know what you all think. And here we go. So this is white oak. This is a white oak veneer tree. Here's what the bark and the leaves look like on a white oak. You see that white in the bark? That's one thing that you want to make note of. And the leaves, I'm not worth a hoot at the leaves. Just look at this leaf. It's a very distinctive, full flavored white oak leaf. Now, in our area, we get into multiple types of white oaks, and I'll end up having to stick my foot in my mouth. But we get into bur oak, cow oak. No, bur oak. We get into bur oak, swamp white oak, swamp chestnut, chestnut oak. I'm missing a few in the white oak species. Cow oak. I thought we did cow oak. I thought we did with a tree before. I thought we called cow oak, but I've slept since then. I don't. Let me see. Let me see what type of tree this is. This looks like a. Why does it look like an ash? Because it is an ash. That was, I believe, an ash. We'll get to another ash directly. Now this should be a pignut hickory. Hickories are hard. And slow-grown hickories like on here, which this property's not a very poor property. It's a pretty good, rich property. Look at that bark right there, real close. Now, let me show you the scale, the comparison here. So here's hickory bark, pignut hickory, and here's pignut hickory leaves. And make note of that. The bark in a pignut is, shag bark hickory is easy to tell, but you get in the pignut, bitternut, mockernut, butternut, you get in the different kind of hickories. In that realm, it gets more complicated. So here I got him drop down. Now you see how the bark come off real easy and stuff like that. This pignut's growing good right now, so the bark's loose on it. I think if you go on the internet and look, the bark does have some distinctions, but I think some distinctions on that hickory you'll find in the leaf clusters. There's different style leaf clusters. Now here's another pignut. You can see how the bark resembles the last pignut we cut. So it's pretty much the same, except only different. I'll let this tree get flopped down on the ground. Now, let me jump back to a quick, see how the bark is. Jump back to a quick take on the wood and the leaves again. Now, what we're getting ready to cut is a Shumard oak, Shumard red oak. Beautiful specimen there. That's a good tree. Pretty good tree. And now let me break away to the doodad here and see how the bark is on a Shumard red oak and how the leaves are. Now let me break away, and I'll leave the leaf on here, and let me, as I top this thing, you can see the resemblance. Now we're going to jump into a white ash. This is old. Hang on, let me make sure. Yep, definite white ash. And here's the specimens on a white ash. Now let me jump right back right quick to this tree. Now you see how, of course, the emerald ash bore's eating the crap out of these trees, so there won't be near as many in the future for a while. They'll grow back, but it'll take a while. And this here, I think's a black cherry. Is it a cherry? Yes. Okay, see how the bark is? Now let me break away to our specimen here. See that? Now we got an ash tree. Another white ash. And I'm dropping it down into there, and that'd be an ash hole down there. So what's next? There's the ash down there. Now, the way the spininess of ash limbs, to me, always got me. Always was a... Of course, ash is pretty easy to tell anyways, but the spininess of them. Really always sets them off. Look up that limb there. See how I bumped it? See that limb there? That always, to me, always was kind of an ash giveaway. The spininess of it. Let's break away again. Look at the chart here. So you see the bark. See how the bark is on it. And look real close to the leaf cluster. Now I believe ash, hickory, and whatnot is in the same family. Now look at this stem. You can really see the ash bark in that stem. Real telltale ash sign. Now look at the spininess of these limbs. There's another ash limb I'm carrying around a buncher. Just the spiny feeling of them. I always just, for some reason, I don't know, maybe it's just a emotional thing. I don't know. Maybe it's just a I don't know, intuitive type of thing. You know, that spininess. I always felt that spininess of an ash tree. And the limbs of it. It's got a trees liable to go up and go kink and crook over to one side. Now it was that black cherry I threw down there. And, you know, limbs like go up to a joint kink over to another joint kink over to, you know what I mean? It's just, I don't know if that's what I'm. Just look up a few. You go up and start looking up your ash trees, you'll get that feeling. Now this here is a. Why does that look like a white oak? Let me see what we're getting now. That double there's poplar. Now I'm gonna make a big deal out of these poplars because I get people correct me and stuff like that, and whatever I forget what they say, but tulip poplar. That's what we got here. It's tulip poplar. Let me wait till I turn around and cut this over, see what I think this tree is. It has a white oak feel to it. Let me see what the chips look like when they come out when they cut. You get used to this stuff. You kind of get used to what stuff looks like as you. Well, I ain't know that. That's a daggone. I'll tell you what that is. It's a black gum. Yep. Look at the sawdust. Yep. That's black gum right there. Let me look at the bud of it. Yep. Black gum. So let me break away and show you the bark and the leaves on a black gum. See how black gummy they are? Now let me pull back to my Brutus action. You see all these limbs on this black gum? Them are poison ivy vines. See the 3-leaf thing? Poison ivy vines. Now black gum and sweet gum for that matter is very stringy wood. They put up a lot of fight, a lot of backbone, kind of like give you kind of sort of a hickory feel, but yet soft style wood at the same time. And they just had put up a lot of fight. Gum does good crating wood. Gum is, but it's not. We don't have a big gum market as far as furniture and stuff like that. We don't in our area. I don't know if somebody out there might, but we don't. There's another view of your poison ivy up the stem of this thing. Oh yeah, typical black gum. Now, sweet gum has star-shaped leaves. So if you get to where you can't tell the black gum from a sweet gum, look at the leaves, man. They are so different. Beautiful. Laid them two down their sides there. Now for the poplar. This is a tulip poplar, Indiana state tree. Let me let it get on the ground, and I'll show you a breakaway of it. There he goes. He had a little bit holding in the back. I wanted to rock him one time to let it pull out. Look at that stem. Okay, there's a tulip poplar breakaway, the stem and the leaves, and here's a little tulip in there. They get plenty of tulips. They get covered in tulips in the spring. And here's what I'm getting ready to cut. Should be a white oak, but I think I end up running out of footage on this bad boy. Yeah, look at this sawdust coming out of that. Yeah, that's white oak dust. You can see in the sawdust, see that darker color? That's white oak right there. Now let's spin back around and cut down this other tulip tree. Tulip poplar, or however you want to say it. Everybody's got their different. Some people. I can't remember what people always critiqued me on before when I got talking about poplar trees. Well, that ain't poplar, that's a tulip tree or something. I don't know what they say, but anyways, look at that white, powdery, soft dust. Poplar's very soft. It's a soft tree, very easy to work. Now look at the butt. You see that butt? All right, up here we're getting up close to the house. It's time for taking it real serious. Now, what we got here is a pignut hickory and a white ash, and a bunch of greenbriers. And that house is a nice house. And the last thing I want to do is bonk that thing or bonk that pool. Our logger Wade will have his butt whipped. Okay, look at that. Look at the bark on that hickory tree. See that distinguished pignut bark. Get done fumbling around the limbs and stuff. I'm trying to kind of make it to where I can see, because I don't want to not see something and make a mistake and end up with a tree on this guy's house over a daggone sapling that I couldn't see what I was doing in my head. See that right there, that maple on the left, that little maple set? Cut it down, Tater. Yep, there he goes. See, I gotta get that crap out of the way. You gotta be able to see what you're doing. And people go on by, we cut stuff around a tree sometimes with a feller bunch. Well, yeah, I do it with a chainsaw too. If I was getting ready to cut that tree with a chainsaw, first thing I'd do is swamp around that thing so I could look up that tree. Especially on an important tree, you want to look up that tree and you want to know what you're looking at. When you judge a tree, you better be able to see the whole tree before you judge it. Because I've had plenty of surprises from that little shortcut. So first tree we're cutting is white ash. Look at this white powdery dust come out. Look at that white dust. And I throwed him over my left shoulder. Good lay, good job, Tater. And here is the hickory. I need to drive up there and get behind this thing because I don't want to. That tree is leaning for the house. So I need to get up there and get Brutus between me and the house. So no matter what goes wrong, And the septic lateral field's up here on the other side in the mowed section there, so I can't really get up in the mowed section, or I'll be tromping down the lateral lines. All right, now here we go. Now I'm going to have to use some left-hand wrist on this thing when I get in it. Now watch how I get my horn up against the top while I still got wood holding at the bottom, get my arm around it so I got her held good. Take her time, get my weight moving up top, and then push on through it, Tater. There you go. And that's that. That was Big Nut Hickory. Thanks, everybody, for watching. Everybody, leave me likes, comments, and have a good day. Over and out, skis.